All right, come have a seat. So I have a public service announcement to make. Come have a seat, guys. My colleague Suzanne Spilkin and I lead a spiritual book club, and we learn about all kinds of traditions all over the world and philosophies. We've studied Stoicism, and this week we're doing the ancient text of India called the Mahabharata. It's a bizarre story with all kinds of interesting characters. We do more Christian and Judeo-Christian texts, but it's not traditional kind of study. It's about more about what we think of it, and just to expand our minds. If anybody might be interested in joining us, we sure would love to have you. Just let me know. It's once a month, and that we meet the second or the third Thursday of the month at 5 o'clock. It's for an hour and a half, and I think it's $10 a class, and you do it through Karma Yoga. So anyway, if you guys are interested, please let me know. All right, so come have a seat and sit up really tall, drawing your shoulder blades back. Close your eyes. Start deepening your breath. You know how to start to modulate your breath. I want you to really get centered when we do a yoga practice. So one of my students wrote me a note. She needed to tell me something, and she said something hurt, but she never gives up. She pushes through it, and that made me really concerned, because I don't want you pushing through pain. If your body is in pain, it means you went too far, and you need to back off and rest or modify. I want you to find a place of sensation, of edge. And you have to know in your body where that edge is. The edge of a pose and pain kind of sit next to each other. And I want you to really be sensitive about what you're feeling, so that you can go deeper in your practice, go deeper in your body, but know that if something hurts, you went too far, and to back off and take a break. That's when you come to child pose, or you just sit and take a breath. Okay? So take 2 more big full breaths here, setting your intention to step into the life, your day, with a big full heart. And maybe a smile on your face, trying to recognize the good, as Julie and I were talking about, even when things seem so dark. And then slowly, slowly open your eyes. Take your elbows back. I want to really get into our shoulders today, because we're going to work on our shoulders. Take your elbows back and your shoulder blades down your back, and just lift your palms up. I want you to feel how the shoulder blades down your back feel. And I want you to keep that power in the shoulders. Then extend your arms long and take your right hand to the floor and reach all the way over to the right. And inhale back to center, taking your elbow back. And exhale, moving with the breath. And inhale back. And notice when you're really conscious and breathing, you really get the full connection, the full benefit of the pose. And that's the place we can really also feel that you're going as deep as you can go. Inhale, elbow back, and exhale all the way over. 2 more, just like that, all the way. And come back to center. Close your eyes and notice how your left side of your body wants to be lifted up. It's just lifting up. Keeping your shoulder blades back, take your palms up. Imagine you're extending your shoulder blades back, down your back, and then take your left hand to the earth and your right arm over and back to center. Right elbow back. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Take a few more just like that. Keeping the whole extension of your breath, the whole inhale back. Good. All right, one more. So we get both sides nice and long. Undoing what gravity's done to us all weekend. Okay, inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, twist to your right, get a nice twist, and then inhale back to center, and you're going to go back to the right. Exhale to the right. Grab your right knee with your left hand. Inhale back to center. Exhale, stay deep. Right shoulder back, right shoulder back. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Oh yeah. And inhale back to center. Good. Circle your arms up, inhale, and twist to your left. Exhale. Inhale to center. So everything we do, when we do it with intention, makes it more sacred, makes it more conscious. Last night I studied with my teacher. I do it every Sunday for a couple hours. We spent a lot of time talking about a concept about how everything we do and say, we have to take responsibility for it. We have to own it. And then go on from there. Inhale and come back to center. Make your way to table pose. He says, and then Monday morning comes and it's the first of the month and you have to pay your bills and we go on, right? So that's what we're doing. Press your fingerprints together, soften your heart. Now I want you to just do a scapula, some scaption. So you're going to take your shoulder blades away from your spine and just lift your chest and then lower your chest so that the shoulder blades hang together. So it has nothing to do with your elbows. It's all in your upper back. Inhale and exhale. But you're going to keep your belly engaged. Oh, yeah. Take two more just like that. You might feel a little sticky in there because those scapulas get real sticky. Good. And soften your heart, keeping the shoulder blades together. Now some cats and cows. Exhale and inhale. Now you're flexing and extending your spine. Two different movements, right? Just getting a nice, healthy spine. That's what this is about, really. Physically, we're only as healthy as our spine and our digestion. Okay, take two more just like that. Good. Last one. And back to center. Now soften your heart. And the shoulder blades together. Extend your right leg back, your left arm forward, coming into a nice pelvic balance. But my hand is on your belly and you're lifting the belly up, so we're getting deep engagement in the belly. Take a few breaths. Now, if you want, you can take your right leg out and your left arm out and come back to center. You can take one, just your arm or just your leg, and just play in it. So you got the balance and you got the connection. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Oh yeah, this is for strength. And this gets right into the core. Without doing anything silly to your back. All right, two more. Last one. And back to center. Extending your right leg directly out to the right. Take some hip circles here. I like to come onto the tiptoes of my left foot. Just get some hip circles in here. Big, full breathing. Change directions. Yeah. Good. And make your way all the way back up to center. Now, with your right foot out, you're going to circle your arms up. And this time you're going to take your hands behind your head or take your fingertips to your ears. Upper arm bones back and scaption. You're going to take your shoulder blades down your back. And we're going to simply reach to the right and come back through center. Now, this movement is mostly for our obliques. We're going to do a side-to-side movement later. That's going to be more for the lats, but I want you to feel the difference. So you're squeezing your upper ribs, your lower ribs towards your pelvis, squeezing the waistline, and exhale, and inhale. Take a few more just like that. Good. Want to hear a nice sweet breath. Now let's just take one more just like that. Make it effortful. Yeah, we're going to take one more so that Sarah can get back to shape here. Good. Circle your arms up, and now you're going to tip the top of your pelvis forward, but you're going to take your hips back and your heart forward. I want you to feel the two directions of your body, and then take your hands to the earth. Curl your back, left toes under, and just keep your heart reaching forward as your hips draw back. You'll get a nice length in your upper body, a nice stretch. Oh yeah, feel the joy of that moment. Uncover the good, recognize the good. Yeah. Find your edge. Know what feels right. And then make your way back to center. Step your right foot forward, extending your right leg forward, flexing your right ankle. Take the right outer hip back. Get a good stretch in the hamstrings. Those muscles have to be unlocked every time. And then step into your right foot and take the hips forward, but keep your right heel sliding isometrically back. And then inhale, flex your right ankle. And exhale, get a nice stretch. And inhale, good. Exhale, oh yeah. You might feel a nice release in your low back on the exhale. This is the exhale, right here. Oh, yeah. Let's take one more really big and edgy. Good. Now step into your right foot. Take your left hand to the earth and open up your heart. Get a nice twist. Roll your left ribs to the right. And notice how the shoulder blades can hug together because we cleaned them out a bit. And lean back, making sure your right arm is not behind your body. Your right arm is in line with your right shoulder. Take a nice big full breath here. All right. Oh, yeah. Exhale your right hand to the earth. And now you're going to make your way into a lunge. And you can take your hands to a blocks. Hands on blocks are really awesome here. If you're used to using blocks, please use your blocks. And I like to do this too. So you're going to bend your left knee towards the earth and then extend your left leg forward. And you're going to continue just like that with your breath. I want you to feel your left inner thigh, your left adductor. It's a thinner muscle. It tends to be a little droopy, but we're just going to work on her and just make sure she's strong. It's not one of those muscles, the primary muscles that we use all that much. Exhale. Exhale. So I want you to feel the edge of the left inner thigh. So it says, oh yeah, I'm here. I'm going to work. And step back and lower. 5. Good. 4. 3. Try to look slightly forward. 2. Last one. And then walk your hands back in a nice length in both legs. Good, nice strong leg. See if you can reach both heels toward the earth and the right outer hip back. Take a breath here. Just notice where you're at. Hands on blocks might be a good idea, right? Then you're going to step into your right foot. Lift your left leg all the way up. Lift your belly. So the more you press your fingerprints down, the more the belly will lift. It's really interesting. And then you're going to bend both your knees and take your left knee outside your right shin and then come all the way up. So it is not a squat. It's just a knee softening of the right knee and all the way up. And exhale, looking inside. Right? Finding that light and knowing what's right for us. And just finding that edge. Good. We're going to do it 4 more times. 4. Good. 3. 2. Last one. All the way up. And step your left foot beside your right. Forward fold. Press your feet down to circle your arms and come all the way up. And bring your palms together to your heart center. Now, we're going to just take a few hip circles here. And we're going to try something new. I like new stuff. I hope you do. You're going to take your palms together. You're going to lift your right knee. So you might come onto the tiptoes of your right foot. You might lift your right knee. And you're just going to roll your arms over to the right and come back to center. And then we're going to do the same on the left. You're going to lift your left knee and reach, twist toward the left and come back to center. So it kind of looks like this. Exhale, inhale, exhale. So it's going to take a bit of coordination. You have to really be focused. See if you can breathe without talking. It'll help. And notice the more you do it, the easier it gets. Step on all 4 corners of your foot. If it makes you dizzy, keep your gaze forward. We're just going to do 1 more on each side. Exhale. Exhale. Okay. And just circle your hips. All right, come back to center. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step all the way back to plank with your knees either up or down. If your knees are up, I want you to commit to a plank. That means your shoulder blades are hugged together, your belly's back. Your hips are neither higher than your shoulders or much lower. If your knees are down, same rules. Shoulder blades hugged together, belly back. Take a few breaths here. Good. And then slowly roll your knees to the earth, come all the way to the earth. Now, as you roll your knees to the earth, your toenails to the earth, I want you to take your hands beside your upper ribs or slightly forward, because you're going to inhale and lift your chest and exhale and lower. So you can see where your hands can be. They might come back a little bit more. They might not. I want you to inhale up, maybe lifting your chin last, and you'll see you'll get a little bit more. This is really good for your low back. Lower your chin when you come down a bit. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Let's take 2 more just like that. And you can do this one every time. Now you're going to curl your toes under, make your way kind of through a table, but you're going to take your hips back and you're going to lift your knees. You might have to adjust your hands. You're going to lift your knees, take your hips back, really reach your bum back. You're breathing, then roll your sit bones high as they'll go and reach your heels towards the earth. And walk your dog, noticing your breath. Oh, yum. Belly back. Big, full breath. Oh, yeah. Exhale, lower your knees back to the earth. Now you're going to extend your left leg back and your right arm forward into a lovely spinal balance. Right? My hand is on your belly's back, your shoulder blades are hugged together. We already did that scaption. Now, if you want, you can take your right arm out to the right, your left leg out to the left, and then come back to center. Exhale and inhale. Or you can stay in a spinal balance, which is equally as therapeutic for your paraspinal muscles. You decide what works for you. Good. Yeah, 8, 7. Make sure you're breathing. Come to your edge. Last one. All right. And back to center and through table. Now you just extend your left leg out to the left. You can take some hip circles here. Oh, yeah. Still feeling it in my hips on the left side. It's kind of cool, though. Let's take those hip circles. Oh, yeah. And once you have your left foot nice and grounded, walk your hands back and come all the way up. All the way. Fingertips either behind your head without pressing your head forward, shoulder blades down your back. And then you're going to squeeze and come back, tick-tock, back and forth. But this is, again, this is the oblique movement. I want you to feel those muscles around your core and the sides of your waist. This is what this is for. So this, I want you to just notice, because it's going to be different when we come back to standing with the strap. Okay, exhale. Inhale. Oh. And you decide, of course, how deep you can go. Notice how hard it is to go slowly. But keep the shoulder blades tied together. We're just going to take 2 more. Yeah. This is good for your waist. And it looks good too, your core. All right. And back to center. Now, again, you're going to slide your heart forward, but your inner thigh bones back. So you can feel the energies of your body really lengthening the side bodies long. Then take your hands to the earth. Come onto the tiptoes of your back right foot and take your right hip back as far as it goes, finding your edge. Where is that? You decide. Good. Close your eyes and find your breath. Deciding how you want to step into your day today with everything that's going around and all of our plans that are being canceled. It's okay. Recognize the good. And come all the way back to center and extend your left leg in front of you. So I'm just going to move so that you can see me. Left leg forward, left foot ankle flex. Take the left outer hip back. And then step into your left foot. And as you come forward, the left foot is going to isometrically slide back. And then inhale back. And exhale forward. Good. See if you can look forward when you come forward. Not look quite so far down when you come back. Notice how that makes a difference in your spine. Good. Let's take 2 more just like that. You should get the gas out of your knees, your hips. The last one. Yeah. Now step into your left foot. Take your right hand to the earth in line with your right shoulder. Open it up. So nice twist, taking your right ribs to the left and open it up and lean back. Get the biggest openness twist you got there. And then smile with your breath going. And exhale your left hand to the earth. You can take your hands to blocks as you lift your back right knee. And you're gonna find that lunge first, firing up the right inner thigh, and then lower your right knee toward the earth and then extend. And exhale. Focus on your right inner thigh, seeing that muscle get more toned, more strong. See if you can look forward without dumping your head. I'm just looking at you. Good. And extend and lower. So we want to get a little burn there. Good. I want to feel that muscle. And then we're going to count from 8. You ready? 8, 7, slow, 1. Now you're going to walk your hands back in a nice big wide stance, stretching both legs long, keeping your left outer hip back. Just feel those sensations. Connect with your breath as you step into your left foot and lift your right leg all the way up. Release your head. Now you're going to soften both your knees and take your right knee outside your left shin and then come all the way up. And exhale. Inhale. And take a few more just like that. Maybe you can just close your eyes and feel what the sensations are in your body. See if you can see the difference between going too far and just finding that edge. Take 2 more just like that. Last one. And then step your right foot beside your left, back to that forward fold. Inhale, circle your arms up, pressing your feet down, and bring your palms together to your heart center. And now I want you to grab your strap. Okay. Now, do you remember when we talked about how we got into our obliques? I want to get into our lats, the laterals here. So you're going to take your strap pretty narrow over your head and you're going to pull it apart. But I want you to fire up behind your upper back. Yeah, okay. Shoulder blades hug together and your shoulders are down your back. And you're simply going to tip right and left. But you're going to pull the strap apart. So as you go to the right, your left hand is reaching away. And as you come through center, you'll feel it. And then on the right. So notice the difference of where it is in your body. It's all in the core. If this is lousy for your shoulders, bend your elbows more. That will really help. If you can keep your arms longish, that's good too. All good options, but I want you to notice how you're pulling the strap apart. And as you go to one side, say the right, it's the left arm that pulls up. Notice where you feel it. Good. And 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. Last one. And all the way back to center. Roll your shoulder blades around. Can you notice if you're standing up taller? Okay, good. So now you're going to take your strap over your head. Again, if you have a shoulder stuff, please bend your elbows. And you're going to take the strap behind you, but you're going to have to widen your arms no matter where you're at and pull it apart. There's a place where your body's going to say, no, not that. And that is not necessarily what I'm talking about stopping. Just see if we can get through that. Good. And then inhale all the way up. I have to soften my elbows. And now you're going to take it in front of you as far as your chest and pull it apart so that your elbows reach back and you get into the pecs, right? Good. And then inhale up and back, all the way down. And then inhale. As far as the pecs, pull it apart. Elbows back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Squeeze everything out. Inhale. And right into the chest. And release. Okay. Keep your strap nearby. We're going to need it. Okay. So now you notice how tall you're standing. This is good alignment for your spine. But now we're going to come into Utkatasana, fierce warrior. Your shins forward, your bum is back. Inhale, circle your arms up. Take your twist right to the right, keeping the left hip back and opening it up. Oh, good. You might not have so much snap, crackle, pop anymore. Good. Inhale back to center. And twist to your left. Keeping your right hip back. Good. Inhale back to center. And then fold forward over nice, long, strong legs. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step all the way back to plank once again. And lower your knees to the earth. Good. This time I want you to take your arms to the letter Y and come onto your fingertips. So you lift your palms, you lift your armpits. Okay? Press your pubic bone to the earth. I love this. And imagine your fingertips are stuck and you're pulling them back. So they're making a V in your body. Keep that V and lift your chest. Keep your pelvis grounded. Lengthen your legs long. Oh yeah, she feels so good. Yeah, you should be ready for this. And release. Now take your arms to T. Again, fingertips on the earth, palms lifted. Now you're going to press your fingertips down and pull it in like you're trying to draw the energy from the periphery of your body all the way into the center. So your fingertips, the energy from your fingertips is sending energy right behind your heart. And you lift your heart and you press your pubic bone down and you lengthen your legs long. You can even lengthen them and widen them a little bit and come into a bit of a Superman, a Superwoman. That's what you guys all are. And release. Oh yeah. Last one. Now you're going to have soft elbows, really soft elbows. Fingertips just wide of your hips. Shoulder blades down your back. Lift your chest. Pelvis to the earth. Lengthen your legs long. And this time you're going to press your fingertips away from your body. You're getting lots of power in the back of your upper back. A place that we don't really think about very much, but it's very important. So your fingertips are stuck and you're pushing them away from your body. You should feel it behind your heart. Take another breath here. And release. All right, let's make our way into a child pose, shall we? Knees wide, big toes together, and you take your hips back. Oh yeah, so reconnect with your breath if you've forgotten your breath. And make your way back to table and right into down dog. But make sure your shoulder blades are hugged together. Lift your knees, take your hips back, and walk your dog. Oh yeah, good. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Keep your strap nearby. Press your feet down and circle your arms all the way up. Come right into a warrior one. And notice how your hips feel in your arms. Okay, shoulder blades bent down your back, lift your heart. And you're just gonna press your palms up behind you, reaching your heart forward like you're gonna take off. And then inhale all the way up. This is for your hip flexors, guys. See if you can stay low with your hips, palms up. Inhale. You might be getting more movement in your shoulders than you expect, which is interesting just to note, because it's important to see that you're more, like Pooh Bear would say, you're stronger than you know. Yeah. In my Spirit Book Club, our Spirit Book Club, we're studying the Tao next month. You might want to consider the Tao with Pooh. It's kind of cool. Okay, last one. And all the way up to center. And make your way right into Warrior Two. Good. Now you're going to grab your strap. Make sure you have nice Warrior Two feet. You can take, let's start with the strap behind us first. I like this one. You can take the strap in your hands behind your body, and you're going to pull it apart. Good. Right thigh bone out to the right, right toes out to the right. Shoulder blades are hugged together. And you're just going to tip back to center and forward. Make sure you identify what muscles are you toning. So your shoulder blades are hugged together because you're pulling that strap apart. Then your core, your obliques, and even those lats get in there, right? All the way over, pull that strap apart. Yeah, like you want to make it longer. Yum. Last one to the right. Now, keep that strap pulling apart, your dip to the right. Take your hips back, like your bum wants to reach back to a chair. And you're going to start lengthening both your legs long, coming into a lovely, really steady triangle, because your shoulder blades are hugged together and you're pulling that strap apart. Notice how your right waist lifts up into the left. Your belly and your core are working beautifully, right? Take a nice breath here, maybe get a little deeper, and then release the strap. Have it nearby. Take your hands to the earth and step right back into down dog. And walk your dog. Yeah, there's lots of ways to get a nice strong back without doing 100 cobras and up dogs. Okay, lift your left leg up. So get a nice stretch. Exhale, step your left foot forward and prepare for Warrior One so that you get nice and connected with the left hip back and your hip points square and your elbows where they should be depending on your shoulders, right? And then we're going to dip forward from the top of the pelvis, firing up the right inner thigh. Take your palms up, dip forward, and then inhale all the way back up. And press the palms back like there's resistance to your palms, and then all the way up. This is really good to release any tension in your shoulders. But we're also getting into our core, of course, and our hip flexors. Yum. And last one. All the way up on an inhale and right into Warrior Two. And you know what to do. You're going to grab your strap, take it behind your body, and then walk it up so that you're holding it in your hands. Pull the strap apart so that you can feel your upper back tone. Your left toes are out to the left thigh bone is back. You're into a deep Warrior Two. Got it, guys? Now your heart's really open and you're going to dip to the right. Pull the strap apart. You know how to do it. Inhale and pull it to the left. Find that little dance, like a dance partner here. Good. Good. Yeah. 2, last one. Come back to center. Now you're going to dip to your left, take your bum back just a little bit, And start lengthening your legs long, pulling the strap. Just noticing if you can get a little deeper here in the triangle. Make sure you're not dipping your torso forward. Ooh. Yeah. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And release the strap. Step your right foot forward beside your left. And make your way into a forward fold. Kind of shaking things out. And shake out your neck. Good. Press your feet down. Lift the belly and circle your arms all the way up. And bring your palms together to your heart center. And once again, just take those hip circles. Good. So we are going to do one more thing for our balance. I really like balancing. So you're going to step your feet hip width apart. I'm going to do it towards you. You can take I like to take my palms into Oh How Wonderful arms. Remember, palms are up, shoulder blades down your back. You can feel the shoulder blades hug together. This keeps you nice and steady. And you're going to lift your right knee up. You're going to step your right foot back, lower your right knee, lift it, and then step it up again and back. You can take your palms together. Right side, lift, step back. Feel free to hold on to something and come back up. If you focus your mind on something that's not moving, it'll be very helpful. If you're breathing, that's really helpful. Yeah. And notice how when your shoulders are nice and hugged together like they are, it might be a little bit easier for you to do. You're still going to have a stronger side. And we're just going to take one more. All right. And back to center. You should feel that in the left glute. All right, so now let's move into the left glute. So now you're going to step into your right foot. Shoulder blades hug together. You have your palms together or your palms out, lifting your left knee. My belly's back, and you're going to step back and lower and lift and back. It's interesting to see what side is different. How they are different, right? Are you finding your breath? Let's take 4 more. 4. So this is one of the ways we get into our core too. 2. You find your way of doing it. Right. Last one. All right. All right. Last vinyasa. This is a yoga class. Okay. Shins forward, bum back. Have your strap nearby. Inhale. Circle your arms all the way up. Sit back into that Utkatasana. Sit back into it till you feel your quads. Sit back into it till you feel your edge. Then exhale and fold forward. All the way. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. If you want to come right into down dog, always feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can make your way into a cobra or an up dog. I like to adjust my hands. And then we all meet in down dog. Collect your breath. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, palms back, heart forward, right outer hip back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right into warrior 2. And grab your strap. This time, you're going to take your strap in your left hand. You're going to take your left arm up over your head and bend your left elbow. You're going to take your right hand out to the right with your thumb down. So you're going to roll the whole upper arm bone forward. Bending your right elbow, I want you to grab the strap. So you're gonna pull your right hand down and your left hand up, but the left elbow hugs towards your ear, okay? Now you're gonna dip forward slightly, take your hips back, pull that strap apart, right hand down, left hand up. Use your core to come all the way up. Bend both your bend both your knees. Good. And you're just gonna dip to the right and come back to center. Keep the left elbow back, dip to the right, come back to center. Now the shoulder blades are hugged together, and now you can release the strap and make your way into a triangle. And notice how you have all the power in your back to have a nice, strong triangle pose. Excellent. Take your left hand to the earth. You don't need your strap here, but keep it nearby. And either take a half vinyasa or come right to down dog. Your shoulders should be nice and ready for wherever you decide to do. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. This should feel familiar now. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale right into warrior one. We're going to take that forward movement into the flexors and all the way up. Let's take one more because it's the left side. Left side, don't get as much attention. And right into warrior two. Right, good. Now you're going to take your strap in your right hand. Take your right arm up over your head with the strap, and you're going to bend your right elbow. So I like to coax the right elbow as close to my right ear as I can. Now you're going to take your left hand out to the left. Roll your left thumb down. And then you're going to bend your left elbow and grab the strap so that your right hand pulls it up and your left hand pulls it down. Make sure your left toes are out to the left. Now you're going to take your hips back, your heart forward, pulling the strap apart. Good. You're going to have to breathe here because this is not easy. And then press down to come all the way up, straightening both your legs. And you're going to tip left and slightly to the right. So those lats are engaged. Those obliques are engaged. Everything should sound familiar here, right? Make sure your left toes are directly forward. Good. Now you're going to release the strap from actually both hands and come into a triangle that might be deeper than you thought. Ah, yeah. Good. And then all the way back to center, pivoting your feet parallel. That was awesome, guys. All right, take your heels in, toes out, and let's come into a goddess. We're on our way down. Good. I just want you to feel this. Come onto the tiptoes of your right foot, releasing the right hip back. Good. Big breath. And then the other side. Oh, yeah. And then both. And all the way up. Walk your feet closer together and make your way into your yoga squat. Whatever your squat looks like, remember your squat can be sitting on a chair. That's a good squat. But take a breath or two wherever you're at. You know, we take this for granted that we can do this, guys. Go out and ask the population in general if they can do this. And they don't even have to be as mature as we are. This is so good. Okay, and then you're going to make your way to seated. Oh, yay. Okay. Extend your legs nice and long forward. And I like to roll my inner thighs towards the earth, sitting up tall. Now imagine your sit bones are stuck and you're trying to slide them back. You're going to get a nice deep connection in your hip flexors. Good, yeah. Draw your right hand towards your chest. Roll your right ankle. And then step your right foot high up into your left thigh. Taking the left hip back. Now, if your right thigh bone is really high, it's because your hips are a little tight. And we're going to honor that, right? And so we put something under our right thigh and our right shin, right? Good. Inhale, circle your arms up, feeling the groundedness of your thighs, the liftedness of your heart and your spine. That's a big inhale, and then you're just gonna find your Janu Shirshasana, letter A. Those of you who are familiar with what it's called. You exhale into it. You inhale out of it just a little bit. Good. So yummy, such a great stretch. So much work you did today, but we're not done. Yeah, we're not. Press your thigh bones, come all the way up. Lift up your right knee. And you're going to step your right foot over your left thigh. And I want you to slide your long left leg over to the right. Let's just take a twist here. I like this twist. So you can keep your left leg straight, or you can bend your left knee. You know what your hips will do because we talked about edge, right? So if you can have your right knee aiming up to the ceiling, that's going to be very helpful. Hug your left shin or take your left elbow outside the thigh bone. Get a big twist. So when you breathe in a twist, what you're doing is squeezing out the old, and with a deep breath, you're freshening it up the new. This supports your immune system. It supports your endocrine system. Just breathe. All right. And then keeping your legs the way they are, come back to center. And your bottom leg, again, can be straight. It depends on your hips. And you can walk your right foot to the left, laying your right knee on top of your left. Option 1 for tighter hips. Option 2 is to bend both knees. And now, once again, you're going to take your strap. I want you to take the strap in your right hand up and over your head, and you're going to bend your right elbow. You're going to take your left hand to your right elbow and just coax the elbow a little closer towards your ear and down your back. Yeah. Now, take your left hand out to the left. You've done this before. Rolling your thumb so the whole arm bone rolls forward, and then you bend your left elbow and see if you can take that strap as close to your right hand as possible. Then you're going to pull the strap in opposite directions, the right hand up, the left hand down, breathing nice and tall, engaging your core, and you're just going to kind of just tip forward, getting a nice stretch in your hips. And you go back. With the breath, the exhales release you into it. The inhales have you come out just a little bit. So there's a little pulsing there. Like a little wave in the ocean. Good. Press your thigh bones down, come all the way up, and release. Oh yeah. And shake it out. Yeah. You might feel a little cockeyed, so let's fix that up. Take your left knee towards your chest and open up the left hip. So you're stepping your left foot high up into your right thigh, walking your right hip back. Make sure your right knee and right toes are aiming up to the ceiling. Inhale all the way up. Exhale and fold forward. And just close your eyes and find that pulse of your breath. The exhale into it. The inhale out of it. It's so interesting to see how the different sides of your body are different. Just be patient and notice and listen. All right. Press both thigh bones down, come all the way up. Lift your left knee, step it over your left thigh, but slide your right leg over to the left, or bend your bottom right knee, depending on your hips, so that your left knee aims up to the ceiling and both sit bones are on the earth. Hug your shin to sit up tall and twist to your left. And either hug your shin Or you can take your right elbow outside your left thigh and just find a nice breath here. Oh boy, nice twist. Then inhale back to center. Walk your left foot to the right. Remember, your bottom right leg can be straight. And just release your left knee to the top of the right. Okay, now you're going to take your strap in your left hand. Listen up tall. Bend your left elbow. Take your right hand out to the right. Now you can take your left elbow towards your ear. Right hand out to the right, thumb down, and grab the strap. Pulling your right hand down, your left elbow up. Yeah, so if this feels edgy in your shoulders, that's okay. Make sure you're not dipping your head forward. Your ears are in line with your shoulders. You're tipped forward from the top of the pelvis. And just close your eyes. This is the last pose. So you keep the energies by pulling your right hand down and your left hand up. Yeah. So all that power is just within you. But your breath is calm and deep. Press your thigh bones down, come all the way up and release. Good. And you can get rid of your strap. Thank goodness. And shake it out. Good. Round your back, taking the top of the pelvis back. And I want you just to give yourself a hug. So make sure you notice which arm is on top. Right now, my left arm is on top, and I'm going to give myself a nice hug and a big full breath. I'm going to take care of me, right? You're going to take care of you, and then this way we take care of each other, right? Because I am nothing but you, right? And then open your heart, open your arms to T, and give yourself a hug with the opposite arm on top. Just give yourself that hug, stretching out everything you just did. We worked on core and hips so subtly. The top of your pelvis should be nice and released towards the earth. And take your arms beside you, palms up, close your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth right into Shavasana. And allow yourself just to take a 2-minute rest. Imagine every muscle in your body is released into the earth. You are just dead weight into the earth and take rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head, and exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest, roll to your right side. Be there for a moment. And make your way to a seat on your mat. Your palms together to your heart center. Every day, we want to come to this place within and decide how we're going to step into our day. And today, we're going to look to recognize the good. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. All right, guys, I'm just going to turn off the recording.